I got called into one of these great boardrooms, the ones with the big tables looking out over the city, and the strategic artwork placed in there. Sat there waiting for the marketing director who had a big announcement. He was going to come and talk to us about something that was very important, he was very excited about. And he came in and he announced that he'd made a decision and they were going to move from Infusionsoft to Entraport, which was going to solve all of his problems. Of course, I don't say anything in the meeting, but I realize that we have a lack of strategic direction. When someone is actually sitting down and talking to you about changing the tools, we're rearranging the deck chairs. That's an easy process. We can blame software or something to make that happen. But in all reality, what we missed was we missed the strategic direction. We missed where we're going and what we're supposed to be doing, opposed to just trying to find some new software fix. We're chasing that last great idea that someone else had. If you do not have a clear strategic direction on all parts of your product or business that's aligned from the marketing to the sales to the delivery, you are losing business. In fact, you're competing against yourself. If you do not have a strategic direction on a regular and consistent basis, where everyone is clear on where they're going and how they're getting there, you're already behind. In many cases, your competitors aren't winning because they're better. They're winning because they have a map. Well, you're still guessing. When you're chasing every new market trend, your top competitors are executing focused strategy, capturing market share. And where does this leave you? Well, companies with documented marketing strategies are almost 300% more likely to succeed than those without clear direction. So what does that look like? That looks like a clear direction. It looks like a clear document that defines exactly how you're going to be working in each one of the areas and who is responsible for what. But not just a document that someone puts on a PowerPoint presentation and leaves somewhere. Everyone in the entire company needs to understand what that strategic direction is, because every one of the decisions that they're making, specifically in how to bring on new customers, how to treat customers, how to interact with customers, and how to continue to get either new sales or on, becomes strategic. Therefore, it's not just a case of creating this document, but actually helping people understand what it is and believing in it, which means that it's going to take a lot longer than creating a PowerPoint and having a meeting. This is a strategic direction that everyone has to buy in from the top down to the bottom. If the person interacts in any way with the product or customer, they have to understand the strategic direction and continue to move forward in it. Now, there's lots of ways that this happens, and one of the best ways is the power of story. So one of the strategic directions was in FedEx, and one of my favorite stories about FedEx is the story about it absolutely positively has to get there overnight. That's a great strategic direction. It's very clear. And that's what was delivered to each one of the customers. But you have thousands of people, and just saying that over and over again becomes rote. It does not mean anything. So what FedEx did in the beginning was they would actually tell stories, and they'd tell stories like the FedEx driver who got to one of those FedEx boxes, the ones that sit outside and you can put your envelopes in. Well, a little secret about those FedEx boxes is they're full of cement so no one steals them. The FedEx driver forgot his keys, but recognized and listened to his manager who said it absolutely positively has to get there overnight. Now, look, it's changed over a while, but in the beginning, that was exactly what it was. And what he did was he pulled the box over with the truck and then manhandled the box into the truck and drove it there. And he got a promotion. Why? Because he strategically thought about strategy the company was. Absolutely positively had to go there overnight. Now, that's a great story for one person, but it was continuously told through FedEx to create that strategic direction, to make that strategic direction very clear and very concrete. So if you're looking for that, take a look at how many people can actually explain what the strategic direction of your company is. That's a very good way of testing it out. Walk down, and not necessarily the executives, but some of the people who are actually at the coalface, at the people doing the sales and the marketing and the customer service, and ask them what the strategic direction of the company is, especially when it's designed for marketing. And if they can't tell you, or they can't put their finger on it, then you've got a clear problem. And therefore, not only do you need to get out and in front of them to explain it to them, but you have to give them something that they can understand. something that they'll understand how it works and why it works so that you can make sure it is clear for everyone. Therefore, not only go check that out, but also now create the strategic direction if you have one. If not, I'm going to encourage you to create one. Create that strategic direction on a regular basis, but make sure it is continuously supported. Now, we've got this great ability to actually send videos and conversations, tell stories, send awards, recognize people for doing that strategic direction. All of these will make a difference and help you move forward. But it can't be just done once. It has to be something that's regular and consistent. It has to be part of the culture, is that creation of strategic direction. And therefore, you're going to have to listen and speak to different people in different ways. Some people will understand at a high level. Some people need a much more visceral level. I'd encourage you to look at some of the learning techniques that you use to really define how each one of these people learns, and therefore creating a much more effective tool. A lack of strategic direction can create huge issues within the company and really impact the marketing. So if you do not have a strategic direction, you really need to look at that almost immediately. It will slow you down. And an individual who's able to walk you through that strategic direction, help with the dissemination of the information to really marketing your own strategic direction documentation. So what I'd love to do is I'd love to get you to comment on your favorite little story that teaches a bit about the company you're in or a company that you're heard in, exactly like a FedEx. Put the information below. And if you're interested, I've got 10 rules that I use to actually build businesses that helped me build over $37 million worth of businesses over the last years. The link is in below, and you can get and look at those and help use them. One of them is really about strategic direction. I look forward to talking to you in the near future. Thanks for tuning into today's episode on the strategy session, where we take your business from stuck to unstoppable. Here's another video I think you'd enjoy. If you found these insights valuable, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Want to transform your business with expert strategies? Schedule your strategy session today by clicking the link in the description below. Remember, you're not just marketing, you're making history with Venture Gained. See you in the next video.